a reminder at this point, right? If you go, you should definitely on your study sheet have something regarding accuracy. Okay, this is at the very front of our booklet. You should have something regarding precision, and you should have something regarding uncertainty. These three should be already on your study sheet, okay? A little definition for each of them. Accuracy would be how close you are to the target measurement. Precision is the smallest increment, and that's how we define it, but we can also determine it as a number. And uncertainty is always half of your precision, okay, plus or minus. So those are three topics that we've covered. If you go to 14, towards the end of the class, I briefly showed you if it's an imperial, if you're working with feet and inches, and you want to know what the precision is, you got to count from 1 inch to another inch how many gaps there are. So it doesn't matter where you decide to cut it, you got to count how many gaps there are, and we counted 16. I don't know if anybody noticed at the bottom here, I will never do this to you. I won't give you two options. It'll be like, I'll probably just make sure it's just the top. At the bottom, I don't know if anybody noticed that it has a different precision. If you count, you start at this mark here, 1, 2, 3, and all the way to 8, right? Okay. And let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it is 16 as well. My bad. I thought it was different. But it goes all the way to 16. So it's precision is 1/16, and therefore uncertainty is half of that. I'm going to use my fancy calculator for this one. So your uncertainty would be plus or minus 0.03125 inches. Okay? You got that? So to get from here to there, all you do is you divide it, you split it in half. All right, next, so this is precision from a diagram. What would be the precision of that ruler up here? This is inches, right? I do tell you that here, right? You cut off any section from 6, 7 again. I have no idea how that happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 gaps that I'm counting. Therefore, my precision is 1/8 of an inch, or 0.125. Uncertainty is half of that. Half of 1/8 as a fraction would be 1/16. Okay, you always double the denominator when you're halving, right? And that would be 0.0. I don't know that one off by heart. 621? 625, right? 625. Do not round in this unit, no matter what. So you don't have to have both, okay? Just stick with one. You want fractions, inches, or decimals, I mean, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you have one or the other. What about this bottom one there? What will be the precision of that instrument? So imagine, right, this is the instrument. You should be able to, right, this is your decimal, so you're going 3 decimals to the right. So this will be, on the 3rd decimal here, you will put in a 1 in this particular case and go kgs. Because this, whatever is measuring here, could go up as small as 0.001 of a kilogram, right? On the heavier side or lower side, that's how much it could move, the needle, right? So uncertainty is half of that, plus or minus 0.0005 of a 5 kilograms. And the key was posted, so you had that there. Any other ones you would like me to do? Some of them weren't fair, 100% fair. I know because I'm taking pictures of things I see around my house, right? I have a shop. I have lots of stuff with gauges and whatnot. So sometimes it's not the greatest example for this unit, but most of them are. So let's go to this gauge over here. Let's focus on PSI right now. Pounds per square inch, right? That's how you, like air pressure or even oil is measured in PSI often. So if you want to know the precision of this thing, let's stick with the outside numbers here. You pick anything, like if you make this your high and that your low, right? It's very hard to see on that, but I think you can see it, right? If these are the two you're focusing on, then to find a precision here, if you can't eyeball it, right? If you can't just look at it and figure it out, high minus low, I pick right next to each other if possible. And because there are markings in between, listen to this part. Because there are markings in between the numbers, I do this. Okay, guys? I hope you understand that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 gaps. So I have to divide that by 5. So that gives me 25 divided by 5. So my precision here is 5 PSIs. Okay, 5 PSI at a time. Uncertainty is half of that, 2.5 PSI. Okay, so that's what the province will sometimes just ask you for precision or just ask for the uncertainty. Sometimes they ask you for both. If you label it correctly, if you label it, you can always give both and we will give you full marks. You just got to make sure you tell us that this is precision, that's uncertainty, because they want to know, do you know what you're doing? Okay? I think that's it for now. I think I wanted to include one more concept before the AC. We're going to go back to page 7. Page 7. It's right here. I'm going to try to zoom out. If I ever ask you, or the province asks you, which device is most precise, and it's pictures, right? The smallest precision will end up being the one that's more precise. Okay, the smallest precision. So if it's a number that you're looking for, the smallest number is it, right? So let's, I know it says uncertainty here. I'm just going to figure out the precision. That's all I need to make this call here. What is the precision of this beaker right here? This is my high, and that's my low, right? So that would be what? 100 minus 50. And how many gaps are there? 1, 2, yeah. So that's 50 divided by 2. That is 25. And we are in milliliters, right? Let me zoom into that part. Hold on. A little small there. There. Then this one here, I'm going to pick these two numbers. There are markings in between, so I can't just say it's 250, right? You can't say that. High, low. So you go 500 minus 250. And then you go 1, 2, right? So divide it by 2. So that's 250 divided by 2. That's 125. So far, which one is the more precise? So far, it's this one, right? Beaker A. One more. 2, this is my high, that's my low. I'm going to go 60 minus 20. And then I divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps, right? There are 2 here, there are 2 there. So this one has 4. So that's 40 divided by 4. That is 10, right? Note to myself, make the boxes bigger, right? So this one is more precise. Please don't think that, oh, it's the smallest one. The smallest one is always going to be more precise. Do the math. Always do the math to make sure you get it right. Okay? Between these three temperatures, okay, let's look at one more. Between these three temperatures, which thermometer was more precise here? Precision for this, Vancouver, is 0.1, right? Degrees Celsius. For Winnipeg, the precision is 0.01 degrees Celsius, like it's the second decimal. That's why you put a 1 on the second decimal. And then this one, Hudson Bay, is a full degree Celsius, right? So in this case, whatever device, whatever thermometer was used to measure Winnipeg's temperature would be considered more precise. If they ask you why, I will say has the smallest increment. Has the smallest increment. Right? At least one of them down say that it has the smallest increment. That's why you chose that one. If they ask you to explain. All right. One more thing. We'll do that after the AC.